Let me start with a simple question. What if every student with an IEP walked into your classroom already set up for success, not supported later, not modified after the fact, but ready from the very first moment? For years, we've talked about equity in education. We've written it into IEPs, policies, and professional development. But the reality is, most of that work still depends on time. And time is the one thing teachers never have enough of. Today, I want to challenge how we think about support. Because artificial intelligence is not just a tool, it is an opportunity to redesign how we meet the needs of every learner, especially those who need us the most. Think about the last time you tried to truly personalize instruction for a student with an IEP. You adjusted the reading level. You modified the task. You checked in more frequently. Now multiply that by 10 or 20 students. Here's the shift AI offers. Instead of teachers doing all the adapting, the system adapts with you. AI can analyze how a student learns, how fast they process, what they struggle with, what keeps them engaged, and adjust content in real time. This isn't just differentiation, this is precision teaching at a scale. And when students feel like the work actually fits them, something powerful happens. They stop feeling behind and start feeling capable. Let's be honest, differentiation is one of the most talked about and least consistently implemented practices in education. Not because teachers don't believe in it, but because it's incredibly hard to do well every day. For every student, now imagine this. You upload one text, within seconds, AI generates a simplified version, a scaffold version, a version with embedded supports. Suddenly, differentiation isn't a burden. It's built into your workflow. But here's the deeper question. If we finally remove the barrier of time, what excuse do we have left not to meet students where they are? AI doesn't replace teacher expertise, it amplifies it. Engagement is not about entertainment, it's about connection. Students with IEPs often disengage not because they don't care, but because the learning experience doesn't feel accessible. AI changes that. Interactive tools, immediate feedback, visual, auditory, and adaptive content. Now learning responds to the student, not the other way around. And when students feel safe in the learning process, engagement stops being something we chase. It becomes something we build. So the real question is, what happens when a student has always struggled finally feels successful? Let's talk about teachers, because none of this work if teachers are overwhelmed. IEP documentation, progress monitoring, material creation, data tracking, these are not small tasks. They are constant. AI can automate many of these processes, not to take away responsibility, but to give teachers something they rarely get: time. Time to teach, time to connect, time to actually implement what's written in the IEP. And when teachers have time, the entire system improves, because the most powerful intervention in any classroom is a teacher who can focus on students, not paperwork. Every IEP is built on data, but here's a problem. We collect data without always using it effectively. AI can identify patterns we might miss. It can show growth trends, flag concerns early, and suggest instructional adjustments. But this is where we need to be careful. Data should inform decisions, not replace professional judgment. Because behind every data point is a student with a story. AI gives us clarity, but educators provide the context. And that combination, that's where real impact happens. So where does this leave us? AI is not the future of education. It's already here. The real question is, will we use it to do the same thing faster, or will we use it to do better things for students, especially those with IEPs, who have always needed more from the system? This is our moment to rethink access, to rethink support, to rethink what's possible. Because when we get this right, we're not just improving education, we're changing outcomes. And for some students, that changes everything. Before we close, I want to leave you with one final thought. In education, we talk a lot about intuition, experience, and doing what feels right for the students. But the most powerful classrooms, the ones that truly change outcomes, are led by educators who combine heart with data. That's what Data King represents. It's not about numbers for the sake of numbers. It's about using data to see what others might miss, to act earlier, to intervene smarter, and to advocate stronger for every student, especially those with IEPs. Because when you understand your data, you understand your impact. And when you understand your impact, you stop guessing and start leading. So I invite you to connect, collaborate, and be part of a network of educators who are not just working harder, but working smarter with purpose. This is how we move from compliance to transformation. Thank you and goodbye.